I don't want Robyn to see me as a worthless. Am I really kind of just not worth it?
Presented by Starspill USA. The truth behind the sister wives' financial story begins with a deceptively simple, yet deeply revealing question. Why did everyone assume Janelle Brown was the one managing the family's finances? It wasn't just idle gossip. This belief was cemented over years by Cody Brown's casual, repeated remarks that Janelle handles the books, slowly embedding a narrative that made her the family's financial scapegoat for over a decade. The Browns maintained the illusion of unity through a one-pot system, one shared financial pool meant to sustain multiple households. On the surface, it was a practical solution for a complex family structure. Beneath that, however, was a tangle of unspoken resentments, unequal contributions, and, as it turns out, misdirection of funds. Janelle, known by fans and family alike as the practical wife, the one who knew how to stretch a dollar and balance a spreadsheet, was always deeply involved in the day-to-day budgeting of her own household. But the idea that she was orchestrating the family's entire financial structure was a misconception. The illusion began to crack when she noticed irregularities in the Coyote Pass bills, the family's much-discussed land investment in Flagstaff. She couldn't shake the sense that something was off, that the numbers didn't quite add up. One quiet evening, she sat down at her kitchen table, armed with nothing more than a cup of tea, a highlighter, and a growing sense of unease. With years of joint bank statements spread before her, she began the meticulous task of reconciling the family's finances. As she combed through each line item, flagging suspicious transfers, boutique purchases, and property maintenance costs, a disturbing pattern began to emerge. Robyn's name kept popping up. Not occasionally, not sparingly, repeatedly. And not for family essentials or shared costs, but for luxury home decor, high-end fashion, and boutique invoices dated suspiciously close to moments when Cody insisted the family couldn't afford basic groceries. Then came the real bombshell. A wire transfer labeled Coyote Pass Development Fund, a significant six-figure amount that had landed directly into Robyn's personal account. No documentation shared, no board approval, just Cody's solo digital signature authorizing the move. Janelle's heart sank, but she didn't flinch. Instead, she scanned every page, backed them up digitally, and organized them into neat folders with timestamps. She was going to confront this. She was going to do it armed with evidence. The following day, Janelle faced the camera under bright studio lights. She didn't lash out. She didn't cry. Her tone was calm, unwavering. "I've traced every penny," she said, "and all roads lead to Robyn." The silence in the room was deafening. Crew members froze mid-task. Cody's face gave nothing away, but the damage was done. Outside the studio, fans erupted. TikTok became a sea of digital highlighters and stitched videos. Facebook mothers abandoned their baking threads to dissect PDF receipts. Reddit turned into a forensic accounting hub overnight. The Sister Wives fandom became a collective of amateur detectives, piecing together timelines, matching boutique purchases to Robyn's social media selfies, and identifying home decor that costs more than most people's mortgage payments. It became clear that while Janelle was duct taping her refrigerator to keep it working, Robyn was installing custom 8,000-pound light fixtures in her home. Christine, Mary, and Janelle, women with different temperaments and tolerances, began to realize they had been manipulated in different ways, but all for the same end: control. Christine's emotional needs had been used against her. Mary had been told her portion of land needed to be adjusted for tax reasons, when in reality, its value may have been quietly shifted to benefit someone else. And Janelle, perhaps the most measured of them all, had her financial reliability used as a cloak for others' recklessness. For years, they had been playing roles in a system that ensured Cody and Robyn remained shielded, both emotionally and financially. But the turning point, the final crack in the facade, came during the family's most tragic moment. Garrison's funeral. What should have been a solemn unifying occasion instead became, for Cody and Robyn, a theater of selective grief. Photos circulated online of Cody with his hand gently on Robyn's knee, her head resting on his shoulder, images that, at the time, many fans found oddly performative. That discomfort turned into outrage when Janelle's forensic review revealed that, during the week of Garrison's funeral, significant withdrawal labeled emergency travel expenses was taken from the family account, but flights and modest accommodation would have cost only a fraction of what was removed. The rest, boutique shopping and a Home Depot charge related to patio renovations at Robyn's home. Grieving, it seems, had a retail component. Janelle recalled sending emails to Cody that week about logistics and expenses. He brushed them off, saying he was too overwhelmed. And yet a deluxe floral order charged to the joint account was delivered not to the funeral site, port to Robyn's residence. Christine remembered standing in the cold, holding Mary's hand, while Cody focused on Robyn's coat in the breeze. In retrospect, every affectionate gesture now felt like a curtain drawn to hide the financial sleight of hand happening backstage. And so the women acted. No longer content to be silenced or misled, they launched their own investigations. Janelle hired a tax attorney who specializes in LLC audits and brought in a CPA known for uncovering embezzlement in small charities. Christine reviewed land ownership documents and sought legal advice on how to partition property in the event of misallocated titles. Mary consulted a trust and estate lawyer, hoping to examine whether her portion of family funds had been used without consent. The three formed a digital alliance, a shared cloud folder, password protected, filled with PDFs, flagged transactions. And Sunday Zoom calls they jokingly dubbed receipts and refreshments. As they worked, a chilling yet familiar pattern emerged, one that experts call financial abuse. Step 1. Centralize all funds into a joint system. Step 2. Appoint a fall person, Janelle, the accountant. Step 3. Spend from the pot while deflecting any questions to the fall person. Step 4. When the pot runs dry, blame the very person you appointed to protect it. Cody's public praise of Janelle's money management wasn't a compliment hit, was preemptive blame shifting. He repeated it so often that even the wives began to believe it. Every time a bill went unpaid or a card declined, the explanation was simple. Talk to Janelle. She handles the books. But now the illusion has shattered. Fans who once dismissed oddities as quirks of plural marriage now see them for what they were: calculated misdirection. What began as reality TV has evolved into a masterclass on coercive control through money, how financial silence can be weaponized, how trust can be exploited, and how one voice backed by evidence can change everything. Janelle's quiet resolve has turned into a beacon for viewers and victims alike. Christine is preparing her legal claims to reclaim her land. Mary is demanding interest on any funds used to furnish Robyn's dream home. And Janelle, she's going line by line, frame by frame, spreadsheet by spreadsheet, exposing the truth. This isn't about revenge. It's about restoration, about justice. It's about no longer playing supporting roles in someone else's version of the truth. The original three wives are now the authors of their own financial narratives. This has been Starspill USA, where truth isn't whispered, printed, color-coded, and filed for court. Subscribe, stay vigilant, and pour another cup, because in this story, the next chapter might just come with a court order. Court order.